Hey guys, this is Dr. Rajeshwar from YR Pharma Tube. In the last two classes, we discussed about the introduction to fats and oils and their chemical reactions containing carboxylic acids, that is, hydrolysis and saponification reactions. I have given the links below this video in the description. Watch them. In this video, we will learn the chemical reactions that reflect on the CC double bond, that is the alkene functional group, and dehydration or acrolein formation reactions of fats and oils. Objectives of the lecture. After this video, you will learn the chemical reactions of the fats and oils that reflect the reactivities at the CC double bond, that is the alkene group, which is an unsaturated fat that converts to form a fully saturated fat. We have three reactions here, namely hydrogenation, halogenation, and oxidation reactions. Then a dehydration reaction, which has effect on the hydroxyl group of the glycerol to produce an aldehyde which has pungent odor, and this is significant for the presence of the hydroxyl group of glycerol. Hydrogenation reaction. Hydrogenation is a process of adding hydrogens to a molecule. In the hydrogenation of an unsaturated fat, either free or combined fat, hydrogens are added to one or more carbon-carbon double bonds to form carbon-carbon single bonds. With this change, there is a corresponding increase in the melting point of the substance. The hydrogen gas is bubbled through the heated oil, typically in the presence of a catalyst, that is nickel, platinum, or palladium. The hydrogenation catalyst fosters or speeds up the hydrogenation reaction by an easy breaking up of the pi bond of the double bond, which is followed by the addition of hydrogens. Thus, 1 mole of oleic acid, linoleic acid, or linolenic acid reacts with 1, 2, or 3 moles of hydrogens respectively to form stearic acid. For example, when hydrogen adds to the double bond at C9 and C10 of oleic acid in the presence of nickel catalyst, the product is a saturated fat, that is stearic acid, where then C9 and C10 carbon atoms are fully saturated with hydrogens. Similarly, in the structure of triolene, there is a double bond at C9 and C10, thus triolene is an unsaturated fat. On hydrogenation, 2 hydrogens will be added on each of the carbons involved in the double bond, thus makes it a saturated fatty acid, that is tristearine. Thus, tristearine does not possess a double bond between C9 and C10. The carbon-carbon double bonds in vegetable oils are hydrogenated to yield saturated fats in the same way that any alkene can react with hydrogen to yield an alkane. The extent of hydrogenation varies with the number of double bonds in the unsaturated acids and their locations. In general, the number of double bonds is reduced in stepwise fashion from 3 to 2 to 1. This process is the basis for the conversion of plant oils into margarine and other products. This is the other representation of triolene discussed from the previous slide. In this structure of triolene, the fatty acid chain is shown along with its chain length and the presence of the double bonds in it. Triolene contains 3 stearic acid molecules, which are 18 carbon length fatty acids, possesses a double bond at C9 and C10. Thus, 18 is to 1. 18 means the chain length and 1 stands for the presence of the double bond. In the product, that is in tristearine, the fatty acid length is 18 carbons and does not possess a double bond because it undergone hydrogenation reaction. Therefore, 18 is to 0. That means 0 stands for the presence of the double bond. In commercial hydrogenation, the addition of hydrogen is stopped because all the double bonds in a liquid vegetable oil become completely saturated. Complete hydrogenation gives a very brittle product, whereas the partial hydrogenation of a liquid vegetable oil changes it to a soft or semi-solid fat. Many food products are produced via partial hydrogenation. In partial hydrogenation, only some but not all of the double bonds present are converted into single bonds. In this manner, liquids, usually plant oils, are converted into semi-solid materials. For example, peanut butter is produced from peanut oil through partial hydrogenation. Solid cooking shortenings and stick margarine are produced from liquid plant oils through partial hydrogenation. Soft spread margarines are also partial hydrogenation products. Here, the extent of hydrogenation is carefully controlled to make the margarine soft at refrigerator temperatures, that is at 4 degrees centigrade. Concern has arisen about food products obtained from hydrogenation processes because the hydrogenation process itself converts some cis double bonds within fatty acid residues into trans double bonds. During hydrogenation, some of the cis double bonds in vegetable oils are converted to trans double bonds, forming so-called trans fats. The shape of the resulting fatty acid chain is very different, closely resembling the shape of a saturated fatty acid chain. As a result, trans fats are thought to have the same negative effect on blood cholesterol levels as saturated fats, that is, trans fats stimulate cholesterol synthesis in the liver, thus increasing blood cholesterol levels, a factor linked to increased risk of heart disease. By controlling the amount of hydrogen, manufacturers can produce various types of products such as soft margarines, solid stick margarines, and solid shortenings. Although these products now contain more saturated fatty acids than the original oils, they contain no cholesterol, unlike similar products from animal sources such as butter and lard. This reaction is of great commercial importance since it permits transformation of inexpensive and unsaturated liquid vegetable fats into solid fats. The latter are used in the manufacturing of candles, vegetable shortenings, and of oleomargarine. Coming to halogenation reaction. Unsaturated fatty acids and their esters can take up halogens like bromine or iodine at their double bonds at room temperature in the presence of acetic acid or methanol solution. In the reaction given here, linoleic acid is an unsaturated fatty acid consisting of two double bonds which are located at C9 and 10 and the another between C12 and C13. Similar to the hydrogenation reaction, when linoleic acid is reacted with iodine, the reaction utilizes two molecules of iodine since linoleic acid consisting of two double bonds in it. The iodine atoms are then added to the carbons involved in the double bonds to produce 9, 10, 12, 13 tetrastearic acid, which is a saturated fatty acid. This reaction is the basis of the iodine number determination. Moving on to the next reaction, that is oxidation. Unsaturated fatty acids are susceptible to oxidation at the CC double bonds with molecular oxygen from air as the oxidizing agent. Such oxidation breaks the carbon-carbon bonds, producing both aldehyde and carboxylic acid products. The short chain aldehydes and carboxylic acids so produced often have objectionable odors, and fats and oils containing them are said to have become rancid. The process of rancidity and its importance will be discussed in the next lecture. Oxidation may be carried with ozone or potassium permanganate. With ozone, an unstable ozonide is formed which later cleaves by water to give rise to two aldehydic groups. An unsaturated fatty acid undergoes oxidation using ozone to form an ozonide, a cyclic ring containing compound which upon hydrolysis by the addition of water molecule gives two molecules of aldehydes. Oxidation with potassium permanganate solution. Under mild conditions, the glycols are formed at the sites of double bonds. When oleic acid reacts with potassium permanganate, the double bond present in the oleic acid gets oxidized, where two carbons involved in double bond to get two hydroxyl groups. Under vigorous conditions, the same reagent cleaves the molecule at the double bond and oxidizes the terminal portions of the carboxyl group. Thus, oleic acid gives pelargonic acid and azelaic acid. The oxidation reactions have been extensively used in establishing the position of double bonds in the fatty acid chain. This gives important clues regarding lipid structure. To avoid this unwanted oxidation process, commercially prepared foods containing fats and oils are always added with antioxidants, the substances that are more easily oxidized than the food. Two naturally occurring antioxidants are vitamin C and vitamin E. Two synthetic oxidation inhibitors are butylated hydroxyanisole and butylated hydroxytoluene, which are popularly abbreviated as BHA and BHT respectively. In the presence of air, antioxidants rather than food are oxidized. Reaction involving hydroxyl groups. Dehydration reaction, which is also referred to as acrolein formation or acrolein test. Removal of one or more water molecules is dehydration reaction. Fats, when heated in the presence of a dehydrating agent, that is sodium hydrogen sulfate or potassium hydrogen sulfate, produce an unsaturated aldehyde called acrolein from the glycerol moiety. On reaction with sodium hydrogen sulfate, glycerol loses two molecules of water to produce acrolein. Acrolein is easily recognized by its pungent odor and thus forms the basis of the test for the presence of glycerol in fat molecule. These are the references for this lecture. Here we end this lesson of chemical reactions of fats and oils. In the next class, we discuss the rancidity and drying of oils. Till then, keep learning and keep watching my videos. Thank you for watching this video.